Alright guys, welcome back to the channel, welcome back to another video. We have a producer's letter for the global version of the game. We also have the insane details for the EZA transforming cooler, which I did upload a short for last night, but now I can actually do a video on it, give my opinion properly and go through it properly. So don't forget to let me know down in the comments how you're finding his EZA, what do you think of his details. And we also have the translations from the big homie Goresh on the new EZA for the Cooler Squad. But yeah, let me know what you think of Cooler's EZA details down in the comments. But let's go through it. So it says, hello, this is the operation team of the international version of Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. Have you performed summons in the Dokkan Festival and Legendary Summon Carnival that became available? Yes. Yes, I have. Not gonna lie. I kind of regret summoning for the LRSSJs. They're not bad. They're just not up to par defensively, and I kind of wish I saved my stones. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna lie to you. Time flies when you're having fun, and the worldwide celebration, the strongest in the universe campaign, has already reached its halfway point. Now, this producer's letter will give you a sneak peek at future events. Without further ado, check the next image. I will. Here is some information about the third part of the campaign, starting from the 21st of the 9th, 10 o'clock PST, which should be the 22nd the next day for me. So part 3, because it's 20th today, should be coming in a few days, and new stages are being added to the high difficulty event. New stages will be added to the challenge event, Fighting Spirit of the Saiyans, and Pride of the Wicked Bloodline. The enemies can raise their attack and activate various skills, making this quite a difficult challenge. So we should be getting, based off of this and the trend they've been doing and following, two final stages for this event. Apparently it's going to make it difficult. I mean, I did notice a change in stage 3 and 4. I didn't make videos on them just because I didn't find them that difficult. I mean, I did use the boost characters. I mean, I pulled the characters, why not take advantage? But I did notice a change. It was just kind of long because of facing all the Metacooler units or Metacooler enemies. But if it's going to be that difficult by the way they make it sound for the last 2 stages, maybe I should make videos on them. But it does sound like they can raise their attack. Whether this is just one time or just purely attack or stacks is a different story. And various skills are probably just like stuff like locking, changing orbs, sealing, stunning, those type of things. But yeah, I mean, I did notice a difference between stage 3 and 4 from stage 1 and 2. So this should be somewhat challenging. And of course, they want you to take advantage of the fact that you've pulled for the new characters that have boosts in this event, which, I mean, obviously just take advantage of them. I don't know why you wouldn't. But the main characters of this campaign, as well as characters related to the movies Cooler's Revenge and the Return of Cooler, have an advantage in this event, so make sure to include them in your team. Furthermore, as a reward for completing certain missions from this event, you can get a unique title. This is the very first unique title available in the game, and it's even more amazing than the usual titles. If you are confident enough in your skills, try this event out. So they're adding unique titles. I'm not gonna lie, I'm all for this. I mean, I'm neither here nor there when it comes to titles. I'm not really too fussed. But this is cool. This looks good. This looks very good. It actually looks very nice. So I mean, if they're going to add unique titles for completing certain missions for future kind of somewhat difficult content, I'm all here for it. It's extra content to complete, extra rewards to get, and as I said, the unique title actually looks very good. It really gives me like MW2 days from back in the day when you spent hours picking a title and emblem before you actually played the game. But yeah, it actually looks good. I'm all here for it. Considering they said it's going to be difficult, and they're offering the first unique title, I can only imagine the missions are probably going to add some type of difficulty as well, but we'll see. And then we have the details for the insane EZA that is transforming Meta Cooler, and he is looking very, very good. So of course, he is a flat 170 lead for Terrifying Conquerors or Transformation Boost, a very solid alternative if you don't have the LR Final Form Cooler for his 200% lead. Post-transformation, attack and defense plus 130. Launches an additional attack and has a medium chance of becoming a super attack when the target enemy is in attack down or defense down status. So now he has a built-in additional free transformation as well. It's nice, but don't forget, not every single enemy in the game can have their attack or defense lowered, mainly in red zone. This is slightly changing now, considering how hard they're starting to hit and gimmicks they have, but the majority of enemies in red zone cannot have their attack and defense lowered. So you may not be able to utilize that in red zone too often, but of course, in the dupe system, you may want to focus a little bit more heavier down on the additional side of things, so you can additional a lot more before you transform. Also, transformation boost category allies get Ki +2, attack and defense +50% when facing only one enemy, and terrifying conquerors category allies get Ki +2 and attack and defense +50% when facing 2 or more enemies. I think it's crazy that they've given this guy the best support in the game for 2 separate categories. Like, it just is that he's got 2 of the best supports in the game, Ki +2 and attack and defense +50%. Of course, one enemy, the majority of the time you're facing one enemy in the majority of hard content you do, or potentially the final enemy of ESBR. Terrifying Conquerors, minion stages, King Cold in the Mecha Freezer stage of Red Zone, also 2 or more enemies. A lot of the time you can take advantage of this in ESBR. It's great. The fact he has the best support on 2 categories is honestly fantastic, so I'm all here for that. And then the major change, he stacks defense pre-transformation, which is insane. He causes immense damage to the enemy and lowers attack and defense. And of course, the reason why this additional built-in additional is so good is so we can stack defense quicker. And of course, if you have dupes, you can also launch an additional from your dupe system as well, which in the stages where you can lower attack and defense, you could be super attacking 3 times in 1 turn and stacking his defense up thrice. And of course, in the stages you can't lower attack and defense, the additionals from the dupe system are going to help you stack that defense up a bit quicker. He does give me Dokkan Fest Ginyu vibes. And a B-Tech version of the LR Final Form cooler. And this is why. Because after transforming, he then stacks attack. He causes immense damage to the enemy and massively lowers defense. He gets Ki +4 and attack and defense +200%. He launches 2 additional attacks, each which have a medium chance of becoming a super attack. So yeah, even though you've been stacking your defense the entire event, which you could potentially not transform him, which is completely viable. You know, you could stack defense in the harder content the entire event and utilize the support constantly. Or of course, like what you do a lot of the time with Ginyu, you stack him up to the point where it's acceptable or where he's going to be kind of safe, then transform him, and then he starts doing big boy damage. And the fact he has 2 built-in additionals, both which have a 30% chance of launching a super attack, means you can stack up his attack even quicker. Combined with the fact you may have dupes in him and also launch an additional there, means ideally in a turn, you could potentially see the EZA transforming cooler super attack 4 times in 1 turn, which means the amount of collective damage he can do is pretty ridiculous. As I said, B-Tech LR Final Form cooler like he really is. And of course, more importantly, stack up his attack every time he does so, considering you've been stacking your defense the entire time. And that gets even better because he has a chance of performing a critical at +10% per rainbow keys for obtained. And of course, he still has the guaranteed crit when there is a pure or hybrid Saiyans category enemy. The reason why I like the crit chance being added per rainbow keys for obtained is you pick up 5 rainbow keys for his, that is literally a 50% chance to crit. That is a coin flip chance to crit, not to mention when you're not facing a pure or hybrid Saiyan enemy, which mainly in Red Zone, aside if you're facing Broly, which is the only one, this guy will have a high chance, or actually no, it can actually get to a literal high chance, but you know, you can have quite a decent chance to actually pull off a crit if you're not able to get off the guarantee, also combined with the fact you have dupes in him and he can crit there as well. So the amount of collective damage he can do, that said, is basically a B-Tech version of LR Final Form cooler. Along with stacking him and doing that much damage, and also stacking his defense prior to that, as I said, his EZA is looking insane, especially with 2 of the best supports we currently have in the game, of Ki +2 and attack and defense +50%. And then of course it's nice that he keeps the guaranteed crit. I don't know, they wouldn't of course get rid of it, but it's nice he has the guaranteed crit, of course, against pure or hybrid Saiyan enemies, which you're probably more going to utilize in ESBR, but it's still good. Or if you're facing, of course, Red Zone Broly, which, considering he has type disadvantage, the fact that he can guaranteed crit Broly while having type disadvantage means he can still do crazy amounts of damage against him. So yeah, Cooler's EZA is looking insane. As I said, I do want you to let me know what you think of it down in the comments. And then finally, from the producer's letter, we have the quest update. So a new area will be added to the quest in late October. The Quest Dokkan Story Renewal Campaign, which celebrates the quest update, will begin the 3rd of October, which is actually only in a couple weeks. Damn, we have flown through September so quickly. October is literally in a couple of weeks. That's mad. Where is 2022 gone? All the years of Dokkan just start merging into one. It's crazy. For this campaign, we have prepared tons of content that will make quests even more enjoyable, such as EXP from quests quadrupled and missions that allow you to get up to 30 Dragon Stones. We all love Dragon Stones. Don't forget new stages as well. Just in general, you'll get more stones from completing the stages, which we're all here for. Plus a legendary challenge campaign and an extreme challenge campaign for LR All or Nothing Super Saiyan God Super Saiyan Vegito will also be available. Of course, this is the same Vegito that got buffed on JP. We should be, of course, be getting the buffed version for global. Clear the quest stages and complete missions to recruit the LR character through Awakening. Further details on the events and missions will be announced through in-game announcements. Let's enjoy the quest Dokkan story campaign together. That's all for this producer's letter. Many more events are coming throughout October and onward, so we hope you continue to enjoy Dokkan Battle. So it is nice that we're getting this soon, and it is nice that they've updated the quest mode in absolute years. And also this adds, from what I remember on JP, and of course in Global in a few weeks, this adds the new best stage for link leveling, which of course we'll cover eventually when it comes out. Yeah, it's nice that the quest mode's getting updated. Of course, we'll then get the EZA for Vegito Blue, who's pretty decent after they updated him because of the absolute uproar of how bad he was. And of course, more Dragon Stones is always nice. So yeah, that is that to come. And then we have the details for the Cooler Squad EZA. As I said, I will leave the link in the description down below for Goresh. So after EZAing on their passive, they do get attack and defense plus 40% per Terrifying Conquerors category allowed on the team, which this is going to be a unit where you want to run them on a Terrifying Conquerors team because of this being part of their passive. So that means if you do run them on a Terrifying Conquerors team, they will have like what? It's actually like 240% attack and defense. Yeah, I think it's like 240% attack and defense. If it includes the friend leader you bring, that's 240%. That's kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty good. They get Key +3 and perform 2 additional attacks, each of which have a medium chance to become a super attack if they're an ally whose name includes Cooler on the team, which is very easy to do considering how many good Cooler units there are, especially with the EZA one coming. Don't forget, you have LR Final Form Cooler, there's the Tech EZA one, and considering, yeah, it says Cooler Army Squadron, so that also includes Metal Cooler, or should do include Metal Cooler, which of course we have the new one and the EZA AGL one. So that's very easy to get off. Medium chance to evade enemy attacks and medium chance to guard all attacks if there is an enemy whose name includes Goku. That's very specific, so you can only really utilize that in very few events. And also on super attack, they raise attack by 30% for one turn and causes supreme damage to the enemy and lowers attack and defense. They're not bad. They're pretty solid. Of course, they're very reliant on being on Terrifying Conquerors and with a Cooler unit. And they're, of course, getting the chance to evade and guard against Gokus, which, as I said, is very specific. Obviously, there's a lot of Goku enemies. Unfortunately, it is still quite restrictive. Unless the ESBR stage or you do the Goku event, certain ESBR stages will have this, but unless they include Goku or, as I said, you're going to Goku's event, you can't really utilize this. But it should be a solid EZA nonetheless. It should be an okay, solid EZA. On a Terrifying Conquerors team, nothing too special. But that is everything from the producer's letter, the EZA details. Do let me know what you think down in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, guys. Don't forget to drop a like and subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.